Thanks everyone for having me today. I'm super excited to talk about this. Really fascinating presentations thus far. A lot of stuff to consider. So today I'm going to be doing my lightning talk on how influence operations actors are leveraging generative AI. This started as AI avatars and specifically around video. I've tweaked it just slightly to talk a little bit more about kind of the broader AI use case by IO actors online. So in late 2022, we identified two videos that circulated on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, using AI generated video. These videos were posted by an operation that we call Spamouflage, which is a pro CCP operation. It's been running since, I think, 2018, 2019. We monitor this operation. I know Mandiant monitors it as well in the Australian Strategic Policy Institute. So pretty common for this operation to create fake news outlets, but this is the first time that we actually saw them use AI generated avatars in their fake news outlets. So the images on the left here, you can see the top two are from the fake news outlet and the bottom two are from a London-based AI firm called Synthesia. These are publicly available on their website. So just to really quickly, I don't want to drag Synthesia. That's not the point of this. There are a host of legitimate use cases for what they do. This slide shows a couple of samples, but their avatars have been used in a range of marketing material, corporate training videos, etc., across several languages. So English, Spanish, Russian, Chinese, the list goes on. They did have a rough couple months at the beginning of 2023, though. Some of you may have seen a couple of these if you're in this industry. On the top left side, there was a set of videos that made the rounds on Facebook, also using Synthesia avatars, which posed as US-based Pan-Africanists supporting Burkina Faso's interim president. And on the left, there was a YouTube channel started, and it shared all pro-Venezuelan government content. That channel has since been taken down. But interestingly, a lot of what we had seen before this pro-Venezuela YouTube channel is that these videos received low engagement. Like, they were better quality, but still, low likes, not a lot of spread. This pro-Venezuela outlet, the videos were receiving upwards of 700K views per video, which is pretty significant. That channel has since been taken down. So how do we deal with this? At Graphika, we use this ABC framework that we came up with. A, actors, B, behavior, C, content. This is how we kind of assess and discuss the different types of online behaviors that we analyze. So A, actors, who is doing this and how do we know that? Nation states, conspiratorial movements, fandoms are pretty aggressive online at this point. So basically anyone can do this, but who's publishing this specific content? Then B, behavior or TTPs, what exactly are they doing? Is there coordination? Are they using, complete fake personas, or are they just using low quality spammy accounts to toss garbage online? And then C, content, in cyber terms, probably payload. But for my specific little corner of the internet, I'm more concerned with content. So can be anything from political narratives to hate speech, hacked and leaked documents, whether they're authentic or not. Commercial spam, scams and fraud, the list goes on. And so what I'll get to is that in terms of influence operations, AI technology will have an impact across all three of these facets. First, we'll cover actors. So what do these AI technologies mean for the people and organizations conducting influence operations? The first immediate and very visible impact is that the barrier to entry is lower and lower. This stuff is easier to do. It's no longer the preserve of, Hollywood film studios or well-funded nation states or private actors. We already in our work encounter PR comms firms conducting IO activity on behalf of paying clients. We assess that this now means that smaller organizations, and we've actually seen lone individuals conduct these same kinds of operations. And that these tools are commercially and readily available is very important. Again, not to harp on this point, but previously this kind of tech was limited in its availability to well-funded actors or organizations. And now if you have a few dollars in a credit card, you also can do this. And finally, having these technologies empowers actors in new ways. So a really good example of this is language and translation. We, over the course of years, have seen even the best resourced actors struggle to create convincing content in their non-native languages. Really key example of this is the Russia Internet Research Agency, is and has been frequently exposed by its inability to use the word "the" correctly. That's due to direct kind of Russian to English translations. So to get around that, previously they would copy paste posts from real users to avoid grammatical errors. But now using AI, it's much easier to have these platforms kind of write your script or write your content for you. On to behaviors. So because the barrier to entry is lower, more people will engage in this activity. And for all of those people, whether you're an intelligence officer or, to call myself out, a guy in his bedroom in New York, it's going to be cheaper and easier. These technologies allow you to create content at scale and more efficiently. This is the exact same use case that actually is underpins the commercial use of these technologies. So just because you might be a malicious actor doesn't mean that these efficiencies don't apply to you. And finally, we assess that the availability of these tools will increase the production rate for deceptive content, and the sheer volume of this content online, especially as actors become more familiar with it or more effective at using it, it will skyrocket. Finally, on to content. So the challenge of operating at scale generally is quality control. So how do I do more of this thing without compromising how well I'm doing it? As well as lowering the barrier to entry and allowing IO actors to operate at scale, AI technologies increase the quality of the content they produce. There's still a ways to go here, but I think we can all kind of remember the first deepfake video we saw, usually a politician or a celebrity saying something wild. Before the 2016 election, I think there were, slowed down audio of different politicians claiming that they were drunk or experienced some kind of medical issue. But this trend in use of AI technologies by IO actors will kind of alleviate those concerns. And in a nutshell, these outputs are becoming more slick. As any communications professional will tell you, that is half the battle of communicating to an audience, especially online. The content is just as important as the way the content is presented. So if I'm coming across as confident and well presented, people are generally more inclined to believe me. If I'm posting something that looks well produced, people are generally more likely to believe that. And now here's a really fun test case. I tried to make this disclaimer as large as possible, but just so everybody is aware, we created this using only commercially available AI tools. It is illustrative only. This was not posted online anywhere. This was only like an internal proof of concept that we did. So using credit card, so I think it cost us less than $4 and about 10 to 15 minutes. We created an entire fake news story. So this really gets to the heart of how we see AI technology being used in IO. The tools are accessible, they're cheap and easy to use. They allow their users to operate at scale, and the quality of the output is more sophisticated. Every single thing on this page is generated using commercial AI. So the profile pictures are GANs. I mean, that's kind of an IO classic at this point, but it's still very effective. The images are AI generated. I think some of you probably saw the images of the explosion by the Pentagon last week. Very similar thing. So the only thing that's not completely AI generated on here is the image, like the screenshot of Instagram or Telegram. But that's also, there are myriad free websites that you can kind of make fake social media posts on. So it's very easy for us to do this. So we also created fake witness statements and posted these to social media, or as you can see in the Telegram chat screenshot, as well as fake news reports in English language, and the grammar is pretty good, and generally the copy is pretty believable. So just to leave you, I don't want to be overly cynical, but generally we've seen an uptick in this kind of content. This is something myself and most of the people I've worked with have worked on for years, and we have seen AI kind of negatively impact our corner of the internet. Happy to answer any questions in the Slack, and I really appreciate everyone's time.